What's up, everybody? Steven here for Off the Shelf Movie Night with a very documentary style framing. Got myself off shifted to the left here, and I'm fine with it. It's okay. How's everyone doing? I hope you're all doing well and watching some cool stuff on home video. I know I am. Let me just move this mic delicately. You often get asked, as a collector, what are the most valuable things in your collection? So I'm going to share some of those with you right now because my collection is small, but I have surprisingly several things that are of value. If you like this kind of stuff, if you like physical media and home theater, please hit the subscribe button, hit that like, thumbs up there. That really helps us in the search engines and that kind of thing. And hit the notification bell so you stay up to date on what we're doing here. And let's talk about some physical media. I love to do that. So the first thing I want to say is, don't collect physical media for value. Don't do it. This is not an investable thing. Physical media there are exceptions to the rule. There are exceptions. But as a general rule, physical media is not an investable thing. Because traditionally what happens is, let me just get into some things I have that are of value and demonstrate to you why you don't invest in physical media for a retirement plan. Okay, let's just do this thing. The first thing I want to show you is the Dead or Alive. The first thing I want to show you is the Dawn of the Dead box set. This is an Anchor Bay box set. It has literally every cut of Dawn of the Dead, including the original theatrical, a director's cut from Romero, and it even has a Dario Argento cut of the film. I love this set. It's a DVD set. I've seen this set go for, I'll just pop it open real quick. I've showed this to you guys before, I think on a box set episode of the show. I've seen this thing go for upwards of $200. I think when last I looked, it was going for a little over $100. So, okay, that sounds really good, right? Well, I don't remember, but I think this thing was pretty expensive when bought new. It had to have been $50, $60 minimum. So it has doubled in value over 10 years. Problem is, there's a great company called Second Sight that is coming out with a new box set this summer that will have 4K cut transfers of these cuts of the film. Supposedly all the cuts. So if they do a good job at that set and all of the bonus features carry over, you're going to see this thing go down to like $20 in value. Or maybe even less. Guaranteed. This is why you don't invest in physical media for money. You invest in physical media for the love of physical media, for the love of film. If this goes down to $20, that is fine. I have more than got my money's worth. I've enjoyed having it on my shelf. I've watched it many times. I'm okay with that. I can live with that. And then I will probably sell it and buy the 4K. There will still be a market for it because there are people who don't care about 4K. There are people who don't care about Blu-ray that will buy this DVD set. And the new set might not even be as cool looking as this one. This is great packaging. But you don't invest for money. I'm just telling you. Because you will get in trouble. You will lose your shirt. So, in the $100 neighborhood, something like that. And this is a big box here. This is one of the coolest, and I'm going to do a box set special to feature this thing, and we'll unbox it together at some point. This is Lost, the complete series. It has all the series in there. It has a ton of bonus features. It has a game in here. It has pictures. The packaging is beautiful on the inside. If you want to see it, put a comment there and we'll unbox it together. But that thing is going for about $150 right now, which again is an appreciation value. Definitely. These are Blu-rays, so they've got more longevity than the Dawn of the Dead, because I don't necessarily see them ever doing a 4K release of the entire Lost TV series. I just don't see it happening. It'll be a streaming thing, and this is probably the best we'll see it look. There are other Lost box sets out there, complete series, that are just more streamlined, more like a thicker version of this, a cardboard box. This set right here is going for about $150. Now, I honestly can't remember what I paid for it. So I don't know how much money that really is making, but it is at least maintained its value and then some. I feel like for some reason it was $99. If you bought it brand new and you remember, let me know in the comments. It's a cool set though, and Lost is a great show. It had problems. The first couple of seasons are phenomenal. There's the middle 2 seasons that then there was some network shenanigans going on where they tried to drag the show out longer than it was intended, but it comes back. They bring it back in the end and give us a great final season and a very, very, very controversial series finale. And for that reason, I love the series finale because it makes people talk. So if you hate it, that's awesome. I love it because it's conversation. If everybody loved it, it would be boring to talk about, honestly. We'd all just be happy and blah, blah, blah. There would be no conversation. Anyway, $150 is value on that one. So this one, I did not actually realize until I was doing some research that this thing had so much value. This is a series of films that were made in the 80s. They are called the Guinea Pig series. They are Japanese films based, the director of the first 2 films based them on his own manga series. And basically these are, they're shot on video. So they're lo-fi looking, but the special effects are all practical and graphic. And easily these films, these 6 films plus the documentaries that are here, are some of the most graphic things ever put on in not film, but just put out, period. And notoriously, I forget which one of these films it was, but Charlie Sheen saw one of these films and thought he was watching a snuff film and reported it to the FBI. Because he thought it was real. These are not scary films. They're highly disturbing films. So they were kind of crazy all over the place on VHS, from my understanding, from doing research. And then my experience with this is from a company called Unearthed Films, who got the rights to all of the films in the early 2000s. And they put this box set out. I did not buy this box set. This was sent to me for review in the very earliest part of my writing career when I was still in college. They sent it to me to do a write-up, so I don't know what it costs to buy it. So anyway, let me just pull them out here real quick so you can kind of see what they look like. Each one of these releases is a double feature on each disc, which means it's compressed all to hell, which honestly makes it look all the more disturbing and disgusting. If you've seen these films, let me know in the comments. Unearthed Films did a series of films, I'm not sure how many, called American Guinea Pig, that were kind of a tribute homage to these films. I'm not going to do really in-depth, like spine, all that stuff. I'm just going to show you the cover so you can pause and hit the names if you want to look these films up. But yeah, each of these came out individually with 2 movies, and then they put out this box set. So I've had this for a long time. I have not watched these since I reviewed them. As desensitized as I am, I was like, wow, this is really disgusting and disturbing. And I just got curious about this box set because I just saw it on my shelf and haven't touched it in a long time. And this thing is going for around $250 used on the used market now. $200 to $250, that kind of thing. Now, I have a rule... and a rule that I've talked to you about before, that if I don't watch it on the regular, then it needs to go. I want to enjoy everything that I own. I want to be enjoying it. It's a library for viewing, not for collecting exclusively. Should be for both. So I did put this up on Mercari. It is up there. I think I put $230 on it. It's out there. I love Unearthed Films, and I love them for putting this out because I like to see the edgy stuff come out. I just don't find myself needing to watch it that often. But if you really want to see the edges of like dismemberment, murder, and torture, and that kind of thing, it is all in these films. Notoriously also, one of the films is believed to be an inspiration for a Japanese serial killer. Yeah, so around $250. That's what I've been seeing this go for. And the last thing that I have as far as like super valuable stuff, now I noticed that some other YouTubers that have done this kind of video will include like the Marvel Cinematic Universe season 1 or Phase 1 box set. I didn't include that. I have it back there. I think it's in the $250 to $300 range too, but it's a lot of movies. So it's really, when you break it down per movie on the value, it's not that valuable, honestly. Not now. A few more years when you can't find it anymore, there'll probably be some value in it. Because again, it's Blu-ray. There are 4Ks of those out, but they were not the best 4Ks, so a lot of people don't care. And we've talked about this a lot because I have some Marvel 4Ks also. But yeah, I didn't feel like including it because I don't feel it's that valuable when you break down the value per movie. So the last thing I'm going to show you that I find to be very valuable in my set is the blind Deadset. This is put out by Synapse Films in the early 2000s also. These are the Guinea Pig films, I don't know if I said that, were made in the 80s. These particular films, this is a series of Spanish horror films that were made in the 1970s, 72, 73, 74, and that 75 was when these were made. And the director cites some American filmmakers, most notably George Romero, as his inspiration and influence. This is killer packaging. I love this box. This is, again, this was a Synapse Films, I believe. No, it's a Blue Underground release. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. This tells you how much I've looked at these. These are also, I did put this up on Mercari also because I don't watch these on the regular, but if you are interested in these films, this is like a really cool way to get them. It's out of print, can't get them any other way. So the DVDs are it. And it, in this set, it's really cool. It has a great book with artwork and some great write-ups about these films. Let me just pull them out so you can see them. This is actually really cool. This is a documentary about the director that they include. And then we have the films themselves. There you go. Again, not going to do a big like packaging reveal kind of thing, but Blue Underground does do a really great job on their packaging also. I love there's inserts and inside the packaging. Can't show you that. You'll have to get it to see what's in there. These are like period piece zombie films with some TNA, that 70s kind of thing. If you took an Amicus movie, or a Hammer film, and you threw in more gore and more actual like nudity, Amicus and Hammer, I don't know that they did that much real nudity, but if you add those things in and sort of this whole like sexy Spanish film thing that was happening in that era, then you get close to kind of what these films are. And they're great films. I have no issue with them. They're really fun films. It's just not something I watch on the reg. So. But it is a cool box set, and this one is going. You can still buy this box set brand new from a seller on Amazon for $315. I see it on the used market for around $250. Mine, unfortunately, due to the move, sustained a little bit of damage, and I'll show you. There's a couple of spots there. And a couple of spots right there. So I did put this up on Mercari also. I think I have like $200-ish in that neighborhood. I have some very nice collectible things that I want to add to my collection that I know I will watch more than these things. That's why I put them up. But this box set, it's like hard to let go because it's just so cool. This one also is very hard to let leave me because it's just so edgy. People want to talk about edgy filmmaking. I can put this in and blow your mind. This is like really disturbing stuff. So there you have it. Those are the most valuable things, to my knowledge, right now in my media library. There might be some other things, and if you've seen my complete collection walkthrough and you saw something that is valuable and out of print that I didn't feature, let me know, because it's only that way because it didn't get covered here because I didn't know it was valuable. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. What kind of valuable pieces do you have in your collection? Do you have any of these? Do you watch them on the regular? Let me know what your thoughts on these films are. It's really fun to just kind of go back and look at specific pieces of a nice collection. and just sort of review them and talk about them. So share in the comments what you have, and let's talk about physical media. So until we meet again, pull something cool off the shelf, share it with your friends and family, and remind them why physical media is the best way to watch films and TV.